What I have here is a beautiful 2000 Volkswagen Eurovan camper, and I'm going to be putting this up for sale. And I just wanted to do a complete walk around with you. We'll do a cold start, we'll do a test drive, but I wanted to show you what you're getting. And this has been a great vehicle. I've gone through this thing front to back, top to bottom, basically restored it, probably 90%. This is what it looks like, and what I'm going to do is, like I say, we'll cold start it, we'll take it for a ride, and then I'm going to go ahead and open everything up and show you that everything works. Alright, we're going to do a cold start here. You can see currently the vehicle has 158,575 miles on it. Alright, so this is a cold start. You can see the temperature gauge is on 0. Alright, so you can see she starts right up. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this for a little ride. I'll show you how nice and smooth and quiet she is when she's driving along. And then when we get back, I'll get everything all opened up and set up. And that way you can see all the features and all the upgrades I've done. And what a great van it is. Alright, so hang tight, we'll go for a ride. Alright, before we head out, I want to show you a couple of things here. So there's a couple extra gauges and stuff I installed in here. So this one here, it measures engine temperature and transmission temperature. It basically does that with a wire that's bolted to the blocks, and it kind of senses the temperature. It's not totally accurate, but it's pretty close. But what I use this mainly for is this one here. It shows you your coolant level in the reserve tank. So if the level ever drops for whatever reason, you may not know it as you're driving. So you would see the level drop, and that would turn red if anything ever happened, and there was an alarm that would go off. I also have a scan gauge here that I put on. This tells you a lot of different things. You can change whatever it is you want to display. Main things I keep an eye on is the water temperature and the transmission temperature. Transmission temperature on these vehicles is very important. I did install a transmission cooler, which I'll show you later. This here is the switch for the front fog lights. We have a nice Kenwood stereo in here. This switch here is two ways. If you press the up button, that's going to allow the radio to play while the engine's running. If you wanted to play the music or watch a movie when the vehicle is not running, you would push the down position. So the down position utilizes the batteries in the back. You can see the radio display here. Okay.
Both the hardcover and the paperback.
And like I say, it works for the back ones, or if you're driving along and you want to run it off of the main battery, then you would use this one. Okay.
3 copies, which doesn't sound.
We have cup holders that we've installed when you're driving along. Everything works, the mirrors, all that stuff. We have a little tray that we put here, which works nicely. You can mount your phone there. Sometimes my wife and I will be going together. We have 2 phones, so I'll mount mine there. She can mount hers up here. Alright. We put a nice dash mat on here. There is nothing wrong with the dash. We just put this on here just to dress it up a little bit. We did add this here. This van didn't come with this. It comes with basically just a bolster on there, but we wanted some extra added storage, and we found somebody that had one. We ordered it, got that installed. We did put a new headliner in. The one that was in here originally was starting to sag a little bit. You can see the DVD player here. Okay, so when you're sitting in the back, you can watch a movie. And that does work through the stereo, so it sounds really great in the back there. It does have upgraded speakers in here. There are USB ports, so you can plug different things in. So that's kind of the cockpit area here. Like I say, we'll go for a ride. Oh, one other thing I did too, this door did not have this. This is a storage lid. It basically just had the compartment there. This is another thing that I sourced out and added in that you can lock in case you want to put your wallet and stuff in here. When you go out somewhere and you just want to leave some stuff locked up inside, so you can do that. So yeah, we'll go for a little ride here. I'll show you how nice it rides, and then when I get back, like I said, I'll open everything up and we can see how everything looks. There's a shade that comes across the window. I also did add this mirror where if you press this, okay, it's, for one, it's going to show you the charging voltage, but it also activates this mirror. It does have a camera, okay, so you can film as you go in. You have CarPlay, you have all kinds of different settings up here, different mirrors, different things like that. Android Auto, you can play music through it, all kinds of different features, so that's kind of cool too. So yeah, let's go for a little ride. Okay, you can see when you put it in reverse, you do have the backup camera with the guidelines. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Okay, let's get her out on the main drag here. So this van runs excellent. It does have the VR6 engine, which is used in a lot of vehicles for Volkswagen, and it's a pretty tried and true motor. But as you can see, this thing rides very smooth. It's very quiet. Everything's functioning properly. We have a nice backup camera and everything. Shifting is the way it should be. I did service the transmission on this vehicle. I did add a transmission cooler, so it does run nice and cool on the temperature. As you can see right now, the transmission's only running at 91 degrees. The engine's running at 172. According to the dash gauge, it is up to almost proper temperature. So very enjoyable to drive, very comfortable. We've gone on some long trips with it, and you don't get out of the seat after a long drive and be like, oh, you know, it's like I say, it's very comfortable to drive, and it's great because you can stop anywhere you want, and you know, pull into a truck stop, pull into, you know, wherever you're going. We used to go down to the beach a lot and just hang out down there for the day, you know, go camping, whatever you want to do with it. So I bought this van a few years ago, and my wife wanted it, so we picked it up, and I basically went through the whole van, and it wasn't because the van was in bad shape. It was just because I wanted it to be as nice as it could be, and I wanted to take care of any potential problems before they became a problem. So I know, you know, as vehicles get older, suspension parts wear, you know, certain things just have to be tended to. You can't, like any car, you can't just ignore it. You have to keep up with them. So, I mean, I've done so much to this van, and it's in such great shape. And basically, whoever buys it is basically going to just hop in and drive it and enjoy it. You know, a lot of people that have these older vans are constantly spending time and money fixing them. And fortunately, for whoever gets it, I've already done all the hard work for you. I've spent a lot of money, a lot of hours. I've been a mechanic for 46 years, so I know how to fix things. And I've done, like I say, pretty much everything on this van that you would want to or need to do. And I've done a lot of upgrades to things that most other vans don't even have. I have a special cover that I make for the propane tank. I do sell those on Etsy. I've sold a ton of them, and it's just another nice addition. So it's just going to be a very enjoyable vehicle for whoever's looking for this. So the reason that I'm selling it is, like I say, I bought it for my wife and I, and we have been enjoying it. But now my daughter is actually graduating from school, and she wants to join in on the adventures. So we opted to get something a little bigger now because it's my wife, me, we have 2 small dogs, and then my daughter. And if we're going to go away, like on a week trip or something, unfortunately I do need something a little bit bigger, something that has a shower and a bathroom and a little more room to accommodate us all. But for somebody who is starting out, or somebody who has been doing this for a while and is looking to get a nice vehicle to take out for the weekends, take for a week camping trip, this thing has got it all. And like I say, it's all been done over. You don't have to do any of the work that everybody else is doing because I've already done it all for you. So as you can see, this thing rides very nicely. It just purrs along. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back home now, and then I'll get this thing all opened up, and I'll do a total walk around with you and show you and explain to you all the different things I've done to it. Okay, I'll see you in a few. Okay, Okay, so after running the vehicle for about 20 minutes, you can see the temperatures are still right where they should be. Water temperature is at 177, transmission's at 138, so no issues at all with that. Alright, so let's start at the front of the vehicle. You can see we have the VR6 engine. This thing runs really good, it's purring along. It's very clean inside of here. I try to maintain my vehicles very well. So you can hear it runs good. Let me shut it off and I can show you the different things in here. Alright, so this thing's had a lot of stuff done to it. I'm going to try to run through, hopefully I can remember most of what I did. Alright, so first thing, this reserve tank has been replaced. This is a brand new tank, brand new color. You can see the red wires there. So at one point I did have an issue with a misfire and it ended up being a fuel injector that was clogged up. So I put all new fuel injectors in while I had it apart. I put all new spark plug wires and new spark plugs. So that's all set. The battery is only a couple of years old. Okay, you can see that's in good shape. I did add a transmission cooler because the ones that come on these vans are a very small one, buried down in there, doesn't do a whole lot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's behind the grill here. You can see the new lines running through for the cooler. So what I did was I did a transmission service on it, new filter, new fluid, that's all set. I put the cooler on. I also replaced the radiator. I also replaced the AC condenser. I put a new receiver dryer in it. We put a new expansion block in it also, so the whole AC system's been updated, recharged. I put new resistors in for the two fans because those are prone to failure. The AC compressor, the compressor was still good, but I did end up putting new clutches in the compressor. I put a new belt on there, and any oil leaks that may have been developing, the oil cooler housing, I had that resealed. We changed the gear oil. What else? New vacuum lines, you know, those tend to dry out and rot over time. I basically just wanted to fix anything and everything that could go wrong because I didn't want to get on the road and have issues with anything breaking down on me. So a lot of preventative maintenance goes a long way as far as enjoying your weekend. The air filters are good. You can see the white one in there, still good. So everything under the hood is good. All right. I did put a note on here when I do my oil changes and stuff. So 19 millimeter for the drain plug, 36 might be for the oil filter cap. It takes 5.6 quarts of 530. Okay. I did put new wipers on there. This is a new light bar. These fog lights are clear and amber, and they do flash. So this vehicle, I had it all repainted also, and the paint wasn't bad. It just, the clear coat in a couple spots was starting to peel, so I opted to have the whole van redone. I wanted it to look fresh and new. It does have new halogen headlights. I put these bumper guards on. These wheels are factory wheels, but I took them off and I powder coated them. This really nice gray color. Looks a lot better in the sunshine. We do have brand new tires on here. These are Wild Peaks AT by Falcons, and these are 215/65 16s. Okay, very nice traction with those. I ordered some Volkswagen mud flaps, front and rear, installed those. Had the windows tinted. I put these rain guards on. Let's see. Now this is a cover that I make specifically for the Eurovans. I do fabricate these and sell them. I've sold a bunch of them. You can't get those anymore. So I opted to make it for my wife so she would have some protection on her cover, and I showed it on the Facebook page. Everybody loved it, and I've sold a ton of them, so it's been good. This here is a plug for solar panel. Okay, so you would set up your solar panels outside, you run a cable, plug it right here, and then on the inside of the van the cable would go over to like a Blue Eddy box where you could run your solar panels. You have your controls for the black and gray tank. Okay, put a custom graphic on there. We got new covers for the heater. Again, mud flaps in the back. One thing that I noticed people were talking about, and I didn't have this problem, but I didn't want to, is people were getting mice in the campers and they were coming in through the back. There is a flap behind the bumper that I guess when you close the door it releases the pressure, and the mice were getting up in there. So I did remove the bumper prior to painting it, and I put screen mesh over that hole so that way they can never get up in there. Like I say, they never did, but they're never going to now. Okay. We have curtains up in the back here, magnetic curtains that can go across. I have a little fan that I put in, and in the summer when it gets hot, a nice little fan to cool you off. You can see there's tons of closet space in here. Okay, we have closet doors, bunch of room there. We do have plugs back here. So these run off the inverter. This runs off of the shore power. Okay. We have a shower head back here. I'll show you that. So this plugs right in here. Okay. Now you would fill your water through here. Okay, that's how you fill up the water tank. There's a little bit of water in here. So you crack this valve open, and you have your shower head, and then you have your pump switch here. Okay. Okay, so that way you have an outdoor shower. All right, all set. You just shut that off. Drain that out. Okay. Like that. Alright, so that's nice if you're out at the beach or whatever, and you know the kids or the dogs get all sandy and mucky and you don't want to get them in the van, you can go ahead and have them take a shower outside. This here is your control panel. You have all your fuses and breakers in here. Okay. Plenty of storage underneath, heater vents. This was an added feature also, so you can gain access to the back here. There's your power cord. I got some coolant and some oil and stuff in there. This is the wire for your hitch. Now this did come with a small hitch, and I removed it and I installed a new current hitch. Okay, it's got the full-size hitch on there now, so if you want to tow a small trailer you can do that. When you lift up the cushions here, you can see inside of here. And this has got a brand new inverter. It's a 2200 watt pure sine inverter, solar charger. Right. And there's two ways you can activate it. One is a button right here. Okay. And there is also a button inside, which is what that little white wire is, that controls the switch inside. So I'll shut that off for now. Okay, this does have a solar panel on the roof. So that's tapped into that, so it will keep it charged for you. I put this bumper guard on here just to keep the paint from getting all scuffed up. Have a netting up here, put some extra stuff in if you need to. I did put these on here because we have a tent that goes over the top of the back here, and you know, makes an extra room in the back. And then I put these like this, so that way if there's any additional weight, it's not going to allow this to close on you. Okay, and then when you're traveling you just put them back down like that. All right, we do have a brand new Fiamma awning on here. Okay, you can see it's brand new. Okay, and you can either lock it into the van like that, or you can put these arms straight down onto the ground. Either way, doesn't matter. There's spikes that you can spike them into the ground. Okay. I put some tint on the windshield for the sun, that way it blocks it a little bit. Okay, so that's the outside. I showed you the inside of the cockpit. Okay, this is again your DVD player. When the top is down, this is like a seatbelt buckle that latches in here, just in, I guess, just in case it ever tried to pop itself up, it wouldn't be able to, but it's just a safety feature they have. Now, one thing I did, these tops, they're kind of heavy, and especially with the solar panel on top of there, it's got a little bit of weight. So my wife and I are getting older, you know, back pains like everybody else, so it's a little difficult sometimes to lift. So what I did was I put a power lift in, and you can see the lift here, okay, and it has a remote. Okay, and then when you hit the remote, you basically just unlatch the two latches, take the buckle off the middle, and now you can see that it's raising the roof. Okay, it will go all the way up, and then it will stop once it gets up there. Okay, so I'm gonna let that do its thing. You know, you got lights everywhere, everything works. We got a fan that we installed here. This fan can be tilted down, it can be angled around different ways, and again, in the summertime when it's nice, you have the doors open, you want some fresh air in here or whatever, you can use that. Okay, there is a bed up on top here. Okay, so you can sleep somebody up top. All right, now as far as this whole area here, this originally came with a metal cover, which I still have, and you can have with the van if you want. The bad thing about that was when you put it up, you have no counter space. Okay, so what I opted to do, I got some Formica and I made a couple of counters here. So when you're using the sink, you can have this for prep work. When you're using the stove, you can use that for prep work. You can store dishes here as you're washing them, whatever you want to do. Okay, so the sink does have the faucet, which works. Okay, I'll fire up the stove for you in a second here. You do have this window here, and this is another reason why I opted to split the window, because when you're cooking, it's nice to be able to open this window up and, you know, get some ventilation, get, you know, if there's any smoke or anything like that, you just want some fresh air in here, you can utilize that to get some fresh air, where with the other cover you can't because it's blocking it. Put a little rack over here so that you can store some things, paper towels and whatnot. Now on here, you can see the top still going up. Okay, it's almost there. And it's probably going to stop any time now, so let's just wait a second. Okay, you can see once it reaches full height, it will stop. Okay, so you can see up here, plenty of room. Okay, I've slept up here one night. You know, it's good for kids, but you know, adults can definitely sleep up there. All right, so on this panel here, you do have inverter power, you do have shore power. This is the switch that I put in for that lift. Okay, so when you're done, you just shut the switch off. It does have a 12-volt socket here. This switch is for your LP gas sniffer, which is back here. Okay, we did put some levels on here. We do have you know, the power center, so the batteries are good. Looks like gas is maybe 3/4 full. It's a little bit of fresh water, nothing in the black water. Okay, now these vehicles come with a fridge that are always a pain in the butt. They never work. So what I did was I took the fridge out and I redesigned things. So these doors are actually the same as those back closet doors. I found somebody that had some extra ones and I made some doors to go on here. All right, so what I did, I have storage up here, and this is where I had my Blue Eddy. I would have it sit there. This is the power cord that you would plug into it. Okay, so this connects right to that plug I showed you on the outside. Comes inside, you just plug it right into your Blue Eddy. Now this is a brand new bougie fridge that I got. Okay, and the way this works, a little pin in here to hold it, and this will slide right out. Okay, you do have you do have a nice freezer fridge unit here. Okay, like I say, this is a new unit. So this over here is your switch for the inverter. Okay, so now you can see that's on. Again, you have more plugs here, and now you can see this is powered up. There we go. So as you're driving along, you can keep, you know, your frozen food, your refrigerated stuff in here, nice and cold. And then shut that off. And then when you're all set, you just slide this back in. Like I say, there's a little pin here just to keep it from sliding back open on you. Okay. close that up. Okay, and you have a nice neat cabinet there. Now, one of the other things about these vans is they have a door here, and when you pull the bed, you slide the bed out. Okay, when the bed is out, it's way out here, and you can't open that door, and that was an issue for us. So my wife kind of brainstormed, and she said, I want to put a tambour door in there so that I can access it. So when the bed is out, all you have to do is come up over here, and you can reach down under the bed and grab whatever it is you need, okay, and then just slide it back closed. So I think that was a really good addition for us, so that we could have access and not have to, you know, make the bed every time you wanted to get in there. We do have a sliding table here, okay, so you can put that wherever you want. You have storage drawers. You have a storage cabinet. It's pretty deep. We used to put a lot of canned food and stuff in here. It's a shelf up top. Okay. You have another cabinet up here with a rack in there. I did put a new thermostat in here. We do have new speakers in here. There is different lighting all over the place. All these lights in the roof are replaced with LED lights, so they're a little brighter now. Okay. We have pull shades that'll come all the way down. The floor in this vehicle, I actually ended up replacing it with a new factory floor. What happened was, whoever had it before, I guess they were dragging something across here. I don't know if they had, I don't know what they did. But this material was torn, and the edge of this was kind of chopped up a little bit. So what I did, I just took it out, I cut it out, I put a whole new piece of flooring in there, and then covered it with the factory flooring, so that's all set. Put this carpet on here just to keep it clean and protected. Again, we get new speakers. Now, one thing I did too is, if you look at these older vans, you'll notice that the interior panels will get yellow. And that is from over time, they just fade and they turn yellow for whatever reason. So I went ahead and basically gutted this van and took every gray panel out of it and recoated them with, you know, interior paint that they use on the plastics, and it looks like a brand new van again inside now, which is really nice. But let me show you the stove here. I'll shut this off for a second so I can open this up. Okay, so here we have the stove. You have the controls over here. So let me turn these burners on. See if we can get this to light up. Okay, so you can see both the burners are working great. Oops, I just shut that one off by accident. Okay, so both the burners work. The heater works, the water heater works, everything works. You have this shield that comes up and clips up there to block it from the heat. And again, when you're cooking, you can lower this down. There's a little pin I put in here to hold this. Okay, now you can see you have room to prep. You have the window access to vent anything out that you might be cooking. Okay, so that works out great. And you know, you have storage pockets in the seats and whatnot. There is owner's manuals that you know, explain everything, how to use the van. Like I say, lights everywhere. This is the bar to open up the awning. Okay. There is storage under the seat also. If you pull this up, you can see there's a storage compartment down in there. Okay. And that seat can be removed if you want to. You would just slide it straight forward, and then you can take it right out if you wanted to utilize the room to put bikes or whatever you wanted to do. You could do that. It does have the full carpeting in the front, and it does have mats in the front that are winter summer mats. You can flip them over for winter, for rubber, and then carpet for summer. There is a shade. You can see a curtain that slides right across here. There's one here also, so you can meet those two in the middle to block that off. So the windshield can be blocked, the back window can be blocked. The windows are tinted pretty good. You can see pretty good out of them. but from the outside they're pretty dark. You can't really see inside the van, which is nice. All right, so that's pretty much walk around of this beautiful van. And if you are looking for something to take the family on some fun adventures, this may be for you, because like I say, you can see the top. It's got a brand new top on it. Just put it on there. Also, I just put a brand new seal around the top, so that's all set. So like I say, you don't have to do anything to this van. Just get in it and enjoy it. All the hard work's been done for you. The brakes have been replaced. Now, as far as underneath, I did a lot of work underneath the van also. The whole front suspension's been redone. I put new inner and outer tie rods, upper and lower ball joints. It's got new Bilstein shocks front and rear. I did adjust the torsion bars to give me a couple inches lift in the front. I did put lift blocks in the back just to give it a little extra lift. There's just a whole slew of things I did to this van, and I'm probably forgetting some of them. So what I'll do is in the description, I'll just try to list out everything that I did. But like I say, everything's been done. The suspension's all redone, so it rides really nice now. The brakes are done. It's just good to go. So if you guys are looking for a really nice Eurovan, they don't make these anymore. They're very sought after, especially on the West Coast. There's tons of these, which is where I sell most of my covers. There seems to be a lot of people out there that enjoy these. But yeah, this may be the unit for you. So if you're interested, let me know, and we'll see if we can get you hooked up.